Well, I'm here, like I said I would be, to review the game between Wrexham and Grimsby Town, and it was a 3-1 defeat, wasn't it? And I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to dissect the game bit by bit, but I'm also not going to be so blasé as to say, well, it was only Wrexham. So the fact we've lost to Wrexham, we can accept that. It was only. I'm also not going to be as nonchalant as that. The fact is, we got what we deserved, and that was nothing. Wrexham didn't offer very much in regards to overall attacking play, but to be fair, they never really looked in trouble, did they? Right from scoring early on, right through to us getting the goal. So much so, the team that started was unchanged from the side that had drew at Gillingham. Still no Danny Rose involved as of yet. But the team was the same. Seemed like they were trying to play the same way. And it all went pear-shaped after 5 minutes. When Andy Cannon went and got the first goal for Wrexham. And then again on 36 minutes after a break from our corner, which was, I was saying, what a poor corner we delivered then, And from that, it was a break. And the defender played it through to Paul Mullin, who played a great ball for O'Connor to get on to cross it for Cannon. It was a fantastic flowing break move by Wrexham to put them 2-0 up. And then Paul Mullin himself basically put the game to bed on 42 minutes. And I've seen people on social media say not surprised by it. Again, I think that's been very blasé. I think it's kind of like saying, oh, well, we can accept that because it's Wrexham. And, we've been on this 6-game unbeaten run, which we had. What people don't say is it's been 4 draws out of 6. Yeah, and I am being ultra critical because, yeah, it's unbeaten in 6, but only 2 wins out of those 6. Why do you think we are still where we are? Will we have enough? Yeah, if we start... I said this to a guy yesterday. I think if we get 7 more points, I think we'll be safe. But we've got to get those 7. And, but overall the game was a non-event, really. Wrexham didn't really have to do a lot to get the 3 goals. They got them. And it was pretty much as close to a walk in the park for Wrexham as you could possibly get. The tempo was low, the energy was really non-existent. We didn't see much. I mean, we started, it was Cartwright, Malarkey, Tom, Rogers and Hume, Thompson, Clifton, Holohan and Green. So much so I didn't even spot Holohan for most of the game, to be honest. A Beaker up top alongside Wilson, like I said, unchanged. I found it kind of, like I said, sort of like a non-event. It was kind of like, for everybody, I think our side of the crowds, we were flat as a pancake. The players just looked like they had nothing left on the day. Like they'd given everything against Gillingham and MK Dons and that lot. Just looked like they didn't have anything left. But We can't really use that as excuses. You played poorly when Arthur Ganoa got man of the match. He only came on for 29 minutes. And he got man of the match. The only reason why he got man of the match had to be because he scored a goal, which was a great strike by Arthur, set up by Clifton. But it was just like, we were never going to win that game, really, were we? We never really looked in the game, to be completely honest. It all looked too easy. And again, I said this to somebody next to me. Why is it when we lose under Artell, we lose badly? You know, we don't lose close games under Artell. We lose by a decent, well, it's not a decent margin. It could have been 4-5 if we only scored in that game when we did, because Wrexham switched off. Wrexham had reached a point after about 70 minutes where they didn't have to go for it. They didn't have to do anything. They could switch off. And they had a 5 or 6 minute spell where Down, again, didn't do an awful lot. But even a switched off Wrexham were able to control the game. It was just, it could have been 4-5 if Wrexham had wanted to go 4-5. And I think it would have been, because the defence that we had definitely weren't there yesterday. It definitely wasn't. They weren't as switched on. They didn't look as up for it. I did see a fan on social media say, "Why is it whenever Town play in front of a big crowd, they never turn up?" I can honestly, at the minute, I've got to agree with that, with those fans that say that, because at the minute, when we do get a fairly decent crowd in there, Town don't turn up. And it's, you know, you should want to be playing in front of them majority of the time. You know, these are big games, and somehow or another we just don't turn up for them. And yesterday was another prime example. Like I say, it's not about being overly critical, this one. But we reverted back to type. You know, 3 goals conceded at home again. Never really looked in the game. Was dead by half time. The game was done by half time. It was, you know, the lads didn't even need to come out in the second half. People were critical of David Artell due to him not making subs at half time. I think that he had marked this one as, if we got something great, if we didn't, oh well. It didn't really matter. At least it felt like that. There was no energy come from the players or the crowd, to be honest with you. All I could hear through most of the game was Wrexham fans. And by the way, credit to them, they kept singing throughout the 90s. It's always easy when you're winning, and winning as easy as they were. Again, I don't want to be too critical, but it's very, very hard to not be critical when you see a performance like that. Yeah, Wrexham were good, but they weren't that good. You know, that they were good because we didn't impose our game onto them. We allowed them to impose their game onto us, and then after the hour they went, "Do you know what, guys? Lower the intensity. Grimsby aren't going to get back in this. We're fine. As long as we just control the game, you know, don't make any silly mistakes, we'll see this one out." I'm tired of that. My opinion on Artell is still out there. I'm not a fan of David Artell. I think he'll be here for a while. It's not one of those kind of situations. But it's another game where we didn't turn up. Plain and simple as that, we didn't turn up. Wrexham didn't have to do much. yesterday to beat us. You know, MK Dons, when we played them at home, they had to do something. And they couldn't break us down. Saturday was different. Wrexham didn't have to do anything to break us down. Was it because the lads thought, well, like some of the fans obviously do, well, it's Wrexham. So if we lose to Wrexham, it's fine because they're chasing automatic promotion and, you know, we've got that 6 point gap. I hope the players aren't starting to think, well, we've got the 6 point gap, so, you know, we've got that to fall back on, which I think some fans, not all, but some fans are reliant on Forest Green and Sutton and Colchester not picking enough points up. I saw one fan say one more win should see us safe. On that performance, I don't see where the win's coming from. If I'm completely honest. I think, and I've said this in a couple of videos and I'll say this again, I think Grimsby needs 7 more. The long and short of it is, we need to be double figures away from the drop zone to even consider being safe. We need to be 10 or more points away from the drop zone to be considered safe. And we're nowhere near there yet. We're 4 points off that to be 10 points. But the thing is, we're only 5 points behind, 5 points ahead of Colchester. And now with Sutton getting that win at the weekend as well, we're only 6 points off the bottom. You know, yes, we're 6 points above safety, but technically we're 6 points off the bottom. Talk about goal difference, yes, that is fine if you've got 2 games left and you're 6 points from safety. But the fact is we're 7 games from the finish. Sutton are 6. Colchester are 9. You know, Forest Green are 7. So it's just about, I'd say we're about 3 wins max away from being safe. Good Friday's game, not massive in regards to, again, people may use, well, you know, we lose to Barrow, then, you know, it's Barrow, the playoff chasing, you know. Again, they're chasing something. You know, so it's not... but for me, I was just so disappointed in us yesterday. Not with the result and losing to Wrexham. It's, like I said to one fan, it's not the fact we lost to Wrexham, it's the way we lost to Wrexham. To be fair, we didn't really give them any resistance. We gave MK Dons resistance. We didn't give Wrexham any resistance. And to say the quality of Wrexham shone through, no, it didn't. They just did what they had to do. They were just clinical. And all 4 finishes were great finishes. The quality of Wrexham's finishing, superb. I do think Cartwright can be a little bit disappointed with not saving the first. I think he could have done better with the first than what he did. The other 2 goals, great goals. Like I said, great breakaway play for the second goal. And Cannon just, well, he shot it straight in. Arrowed it in, as did Mullin for the third. And Ganoa's goal was good as well. To be fair to Arthur, you know, he was good. It's just a bit ironic that the match sponsors gave the man of the match to Arthur Ganoa, who had only been on the pitch less than half an hour, and he got man of the match. That shows you how poor we were yesterday. That the only reason why Arthur got man of the match was he scored a goal. That was pretty much all it was. And it's just like, you picked up the easy choice because there really was no one else you could give it to. I think everyone's starting to warm towards Curtis Thompson, and I have said if we can get anywhere near like the Notts County Curtis Thompson, we've got a player there. And I think Curtis will be good, but I think we need another player similar to Curtis to play in that role. I'd love to keep Gav. Maybe not as an full-time starter, but to know can come in and do a job. You know, you need the experience in there. If you got a younger lad to do that, I think him and Conte would have been good. Thompson and Conte, if we'd have kept Conte, I know he'd come in to sort of replace Conte, but you know, that would have been, I think, a good pairing on there. Then Gav could have focused more on his forward runs and things like that. We did notice as well that about the last 20 minutes, Clifton went back. I think it was to right back again, and it was just it was flat all the way around. It was flat, and I think a lot of people have this mentality of, well, like I said, it was Wrexham. You know, we've gone 6 unbeaten up to that point. So, nothing to worry about. Well, we don't get a result on Friday. If we were to go and lose to Barrow on Friday, and, you know, we could pick something up on Friday, but we could also lose on Friday. You know, and then any of the bottom 3 pick other stuff up, we're going to start getting nervy again. And so I was just like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave. And yeah, you've seen me chat for about the last 7 or 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to rant and rave at them. They know they weren't good enough. They know the performance wasn't good enough. They know it was flat. We may as well not even have turned up. I think, you know, we gave them very, very little resistance and made it too easy. Whereas you watched the game earlier in the day between Mansfield and Colchester. You know, Colchester got something out of that game because they wanted something out of that game. And this is why I say that we're not safe yet. Because teams below us will pick one up. Will we? Yeah, I'm sure we will. But I think we need to be double figures away from the drop zone before any fan or anything like that can think that we're safe. Because while we're single figures away from safety, we're still in it. And a performance like that can't happen again. Because if it does, you know, we're going to be just hoping on other results. And you don't want to be reliant on other results. Okay, we'll take this one on the chin. You know, and see how we go. But just flat. Mariners just flat. And we move on to Barrow. We can't perform like that again against Barrow because, well, they'll eat us up, really, if we play like that. We need that intensity back. We need that fire in the belly. We can't be giving 3 points away as easily as we gave. We just gave Wrexham the points, didn't we, to be fair? We can't do that at Barrow on Friday afternoon. We just cannot do that on Good Friday, because if we do, we know how good Pete Wild is over at Barrow. We know how good Barrow have been since Pete's been there. They'll destroy us if we have the same mentality as it looked like the lads had on Saturday. if you were there, give me your thoughts on the game, what you honestly thought happened. I'm sure, I'd love to get you your guys' opinions. I think, although if we perform like that again this season, we're going to be going to Crawley needing something. And I've got this eerie feeling, especially after watching that, we're just hoping that the other teams below us don't do enough. Because that's what that kind of performance shows to me. So leave me your thoughts down below. You may disagree with me, that's absolutely fine, but leave your comments down below for me. I'm intrigued as what people really thought. If you did go, let me know. If you listened to it on the radio, what did you guys honestly think? If you were able to watch it somewhere, probably in the south of France, and were able to actually watch the game and show me and tell me what you guys honestly thought. I'm intrigued, but I wasn't disappointed with the loss. I was disappointed with the way we lost. And it's another 3 goals again, which, like I said, when we lose with Artel, we lose heavily. Is there a reason for that? When we lost under the previous manager, we didn't lose heavily very often. Why is it, do you think, we lose heavily under Artel and not like a narrow 2-1 or even a narrow 2-0 to a certain degree? Why are we leaking 2 or 3 goals every time we do seem to lose under Artel? Those are things. So I'll be back with a Barrow preview. I would like to just say, and this, congratulations to Chesterfield. They got promoted yesterday from the National League, so well done to them. Hopefully we'll see you guys next season in League 2. I say that because we've got our own battles at the moment. There is a National League video coming, because I have said that for ages, but I will do one in the next day or so for the National League. But back to this one. Yeah, I just want your thoughts. Really, are you more annoyed at the loss or the style of the loss? For me, it's the style of the loss. It's like we just rolled over and let our tummies be tickled. Really, whereas Colchester, when they played Mansfield, they didn't. They fought with all their might to get something. Because Colchester shouldn't have gone to Mansfield and got something. But again, a team came to our patch and rolled us over. Don't matter what standard of players you got there or anything like that. For some reason, under Artel, we seem to get rolled over. And it's like, yeah, it's not the loss. It's the way of the loss, and it's just isn't good. We need that hunger back for when we play Barrow. So leave your comments down below. Leave me all over social media for me. Hit like, hit share, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell button. That'll let you know when I upload some new content. And I am so close to 200 subscribers, guys. Let's see if we can get me there before the end of the season. Come on, guys. I believe in you. You guys have been fantastic support for me. Thank you for the support that you guys are giving me so far, especially when it's just a Grimsby fan rambling. But leave your comments down below for me. And I will see you in the Barrow preview, which will be coming this week. Until then, guys, I will see you. Well, I'll see you in the National League video, but I'll see you guys as well in the Barrow preview. I'll see you then. And hit like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, guys. And I'll see you soon. Up the Mariners. Let's hope we can do enough.